So how do you expose somebody when they truly prioritize defense over offense?
Constant offense.
I think Anthony Hernandez is about to have a generational performance on Saturday. And the reason why I say this is not because like he's on an 8-fight win streak and he's like got all this aura and he's got all this hype and he's so good. He got knocked out by Kevin Holland. No, I think like there's actually like some good reasons why I think Anthony Hernandez is going to beat Strickland, or why it's like really difficult for Strickland to beat Anthony Hernandez. And it's more so in like the stylistic, matchup and like the stylistic things that they do that I feel like a lot of people don't realize actually favor Anthony Hernandez, because like from afar it might look like it favors Strickland, but it really doesn't, I think. Like, for example, like Hernandez often gets hurt to the body. Strickland likes to teep to the body a lot. Hernandez likes to push a pace and gas out his opponents, where Strickland has really good cardio. Hernandez likes to grapple his opponents, where Strickland's really good at getting back up. And, Hernandez likes to pressure his opponents, but Strickland also likes to pressure his opponents, so it kind of cancels out, right? But I don't think the fight is as simple as that. Like, it seems like, okay, stylistically, this is a match that Strickland could win because he has all the advantages. But I think when you take a closer look, you realize that a lot of these aren't as advantageous as it seems when you take, like, into account what these factors actually are. For example, with the pressure of Strickland versus Hernandez, both of them are pressure fighters, and so it seems like, okay, it kind of cancels out. It might not be good for Hernandez, but actually, no, it's actually really good for Hernandez, because you have to look at why these fighters actually pressure their opponents. Like, the reason that Strickland pressures his opponents isn't because he's trying to get, like, really close to them. He's not trying to clinch with them or grapple with them. He's trying to get really close. Well, he's not trying to get close. He's trying to control the distance, right? He's trying to back you up and gas you out, and put you against the fence so he can control the distance and so he can stay at the exact range that he likes to hit you, But with Hernandez, it's the complete opposite. He's literally trying to get as close to you as he possibly can, because he wants to grab you. He wants to get a hold of you, and he wants to drag you down to the canvas and just constantly, he likes to clinch. He likes to knee you, to elbow you, to do all the dirty boxing and whatnot. So, Strickland has to back up, because to keep that distance, he can't just go for it and have his opponents back up, and keep that distance. He has to back up to keep it, to keep in range and to get out of Hernandez's realm, like where Hernandez wants to be. Because if he goes forward, then Hernandez is going to welcome that. So, he's got to back up, right? Another thing is the grappling, right? Like, a lot of people say, look, Strickland's, his ability to get up is really good. Like, his scrambling is real good, and that's true. And I'm not going to dispute that. His scrambling actually is really good. But it's going to be a disadvantage. And you might think, like, how is having good scrambling going to be a disadvantage? Well, it's because his defense of, like, the initial takedown isn't good. Like, he stands up so straight that he knows if you shoot a takedown, he's probably going to get taken down because he doesn't have enough time to do a sprawl. He's so straight, like his hips are there for the taking. And so he sort of just lets it go. Like, he lets you take you down, and he doesn't waste energy on that. He uses his energy to get up, right? And that's pretty good. Like, that's a good strategy for most of his fights. Like, that's, a really useful tool or strategy that he uses. But against Hernandez, it's not going to be enough. Right, because Hernandez isn't like DDP. Like, if you get up from DDP's takedown, DDP is probably going to let you go. He's going to go back to the center, and then he's going to strike with you because DDP's a striker. But Hernandez is just like straight up, he likes to continue grappling. He likes to pressure you with the grappling. So, like, yeah, he might take you down. He's going to take you down. He's going to get you to that spot where he wants to take you down, right? But if you get back up, that's not going to, like, discourage him. Like, he's going to like that because it means you put a lot of energy into having to carry him and having to get back up, right? And he's just going to take you down again and again and again and again. You're just going to have to keep on scrambling and, just defending, right? And we literally saw in his last fight, like, against Delidze, like, he welcomed Delidze up to the feet. Like, he literally let Delidze get up without even scrambling to get up. He let him just get up, right? So he can take him down again and to continue to discourage Delidze and continue to gas Delidze up because he wants Delidze to keep on defending. And when Delidze was completely broken, he just, boom, I don't think Strickland's going to, get discouraged as easily, but I think he probably is going to get frustrated. At the very least, he might get finished, maybe. I don't know. Still, like, just having good scrambling isn't going to be enough. You have to, like, get, Hernandez to not want to grapple you at all. Like, you're going to have to reverse him, but you're going to have to, like, threaten him threaten him on the ground, and you're going to have to keep him away from you as much as possible. You're going to want to make it like horrible to like even get close to him. And finally, I mean, yeah, he could make it horrible by getting close to him by just like constantly keeping him at bay with jabs and teeps. And I want to actually focus on the teeps specifically because that's kind of like a big thing that people have brought up, which is the fact that Hernandez gets hurt to the body a lot and Strickland teeps to the body a lot. So like automatically, right, that means Strickland's going to hurt Hernandez to the body with a teep, and he might do that, but I don't think the teep is going to be as significant in the later rounds. Like, don't be surprised if like Michael Bisping is like commentating and he's asking why Strickland has stopped using the teep. Like, oh, Strickland, he was using the teep so well in the first round, why has he stopped here in the fourth round or whatever? It's probably going to be because of a couple things, and the first one is the fact that Strickland's probably going to be, like I said before, like because of the reasons I said before, he's probably going to be defending takedowns the whole time, so he's not going to be able to teep when you're defending takedowns, and he's probably going to be backing up, so you're not going to be able to teep while backing up. But even then, like in situations like in the beginning of each fight, it always starts standing. Don't be surprised if he just lets the teep go. He doesn't start using it because I wouldn't be surprised, like in the later rounds, he's just doing everything he can to just have Hernandez not get a hold of him, right? So he's not going to teep because he's not going to give Hernandez an opportunity to grab onto the teep and just get close, like automatically, or to give him an opportunity to take him down, you know what I mean? So yeah, the teep, it could be a thing in the first round. I don't think it's going to be a thing later on because he's going to be on his back foot or he's going to be defending takedowns or he's going to be in a clinch or he's just not going to have the space or the ability to teep at all. And finally, I want to address the final thing, which is I feel like this is the final like advantage that Strickland has really against Hernandez, which is like his striking. Like, I'm not even going to try to argue that Hernandez has better striking than Strickland because he doesn't, right? Strickland obviously has better striking. He does. I honestly think Hernandez's striking is like kind of bad. Like, I don't think it's really that good at all. But for, like, their styles, like, for how they strike, like, and what it is, I don't think Strickland's style of striking is necessarily, like, super useful here. Like, he could keep him at bay with the jab and tee, like, it's possible. He definitely could do that. But I think I think Hernandez is going to just be on, like, these flurries. He's going to, like, be focused on just having this overwhelming offense, like he does in every fight, right? That I don't, like, I feel like you kind of have to be a counter striker to, like, hurt Hernandez, right? And he has a good chin, but he leaves himself open so much during the striking that you kind of have to, be a counter striker to beat him. I think Strickland is not really a counter striker. Like he did land that good counter strike against Izzy, but like his counter striking is like if you throw one punch, he might like throw at the same time as you and beat you because he's controlling the distance, so he knows like where he can hit you and that he can hit you there first, right? But like when he's moving backwards and he doesn't have good like control of the distance or like where you're at, he's probably not going to be counter-striking. He's going to be looking to defend, and he's going to try to reset so he can jab and teep you and so he can keep you back with those shots, right? And I just don't think it's going to be that useful against Hernandez because he's probably just going to eat those and go for a flurry that, Strickland's probably going to defend it. He's going to keep his hands up really high to defend those shots that will go into his head. And then, boom, suddenly, Hernandez is in with a shot and he's taking him down. And now Strickland has to defend, but Hernandez is just keeping him there and he's probably going to knee him to the thigh or some shit. But, you know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying, right? Like, yes, he's a better striker, but stylistically, the way they strike is not super useful against Hernandez. Like, if he was, like, a really good, like, counter-striker, or he was just, like, so good in the pocket, he's, like, a Holloway in the pocket or whatever, yeah, he could probably knock out Hernandez, but he's not going to be able to do it because that's not how he strikes, that's not what he does, that's not what he's good at, you know what I mean? Not only that, but let's also not forget that Hernandez isn't just, like, a boxer or, like, a dirty boxer. He is a kickboxer first. Like, he's mentioned that before. He started off kickboxing, and, we've seen in a couple of his fights, his kicks are, like, surprisingly agile. Like, he's got really good kicks. He's got really good knees as well. So don't be surprised, like, if he uses that pretty well to his advantage, like kicking, leg kicking, or, like, kicking to the body or kicking up high or kneeing him. Don't be surprised if he uses that to his advantage as well. So, yeah, overall, like, final thoughts, I think Hernandez is probably going to win because his style, I feel like, is just hard to beat if you're Strickland because I just think Strickland would probably wilt to that style. Like, his style isn't built for a guy like that. But, I mean, do I think betting on Strickland is a bad idea? No. And the reason why is because, Strickland actually is pretty good. Like, he's a former champion. He's got a good resume. He's beaten better competition than Anthony Hernandez has. So yeah, I mean, could he win? He probably could. Like, he's got a good chance to win actually, and he is the underdog. So like betting money on him is not like a bad idea. Like, that's a pretty good idea. It's pretty strategic, I think. But I still think Hernandez is going to win. Like, I think it's like that one meme was like the dumb guy says something and it's the smart guy who says something different, and then the really smart guy actually agrees with the dumb guy. Like, I feel like that's what it is. Like, casuals think Hernandez is gonna win because he's got all this hype and he's got all this aura, and then like the real hardcore fans think like, oh, Strickland's gonna win because like he's a former champion. He's this, that. But like, I feel like if you really know, like if you really have ball knowledge, like if you're a real ball knower, then you realize Anthony Hernandez actually is going to win. He's probably going to beat the brakes off Strickland. But yeah, still, I mean, Strickland could probably win. He's pretty good. He's the underdog, so I'm not talking about gambling here. I just think like realistically, Hernandez is probably going to win. And I mean, yeah, that's about it.